So in this video, we're going to be going through some more examples of using the quadratic formula where the coefficient of x squared isn't 1. And in this case, each of the coefficients of x is negative. So let's go straight in. So first of all, a is the coefficient of x squared, which is minus 1. B is the coefficient of x, which is 1. C is the constant term 1. So x is equal to minus b, so minus 1, plus or minus the square root of 1 squared, take away 4 lots of a, which is minus 1, times by c, which is 1, all over 2a, so 2 lots of minus 1. So we have minus 1 plus or minus the square root of, now 1 squared is 1, then we've got take away 4 times minus 1 times 1, so plus 4 over minus 2. So minus 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over minus 2. Now you could leave your answer like that. I'm not going to though. Let's do it like this. So minus 1 over minus 2 is a half, plus or minus root 5 over 2. Now, you might be wondering, why isn't it plus or minus of root 5 over minus 2? Or plus or minus of minus root 5 over 2? Or whatever. I don't need an extra minus sign there because I'm already doing the plus minus. The only difference is that, although there's no inherent order to the plus minus in the way, in the fact that one solution comes before the other, all you would be doing is like changing the plus minus to minus plus, but it doesn't make any difference here. So essentially we can just have that just have plus minus root 5 over 2. It'd be like saying if we had plus minus of minus root 5 over 2, adding minus root 5 over 2 is the same as subtracting root 5 over 2. Then subtracting minus root 5 over 2 is the same as adding root 5 over 2. So it was no different to just having plus minus. Okay? So that's the argument. So number 2, I've purposely written the terms in a different order, but I don't even need to reorder them here. I could just go straight in and say a is the coefficient of x squared, which is minus 3. B is the coefficient of x, which is 2. C is the constant term 2. Okay, so the incorrect thing would be to say that that's A, that's B, that's C in that order, right? A is the coefficient of x squared, B is the coefficient of x, C is the constant term. So x is equal to minus b, so minus 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2a. So we have minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 4, then minus 4 times minus 3 times 2. So minus 4 times minus 3 is 12, times 2 is 24, so plus 24, all over minus 6. So minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 28 over minus 6. Now, can root 28 be simplified? So 4 goes into it. So 28 is 4 times 7. So this is 2 root 7. So x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 7 over minus 6. So minus 2 divided by minus 6 is 1/3. Plus or minus 2 over 6 is 1/3, so root 7 over 3. Okay, that's my answer to number 3. Right, last one. A is the coefficient of x squared, so minus 25. B is the coefficient of x, minus 20. C is the constant term, minus 1. So x is equal to minus b, so minus 20 is positive 20, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so minus 20 squared, take away 4 times minus 25 times minus 1. All over 2a. So 2 lots minus 25. Okay, so we have x is equal to 20 plus or minus the square root of. Now minus 20 squared is 400. We've then got minus 4 times minus 25, which is 100, times minus 1. So take away 100. All over 2 times 25, 50. Okay. So x is 20 plus or minus the square root of 300 over minus 50. Now, what does root 300 simplify to? Now, 25 goes into it. Well, 100 goes into it, doesn't it? 100 is a square number. So 100 times 3. So that's 10 root 3. So 20 plus or minus 10 root 3 over minus 50. So 20 divided by minus 50 is minus 2/5. Plus or minus 10 over 50 is 1/5. So root 3 over 5. And that's my answer to number 4.